Hi everybody and welcome back to the Paperless Movement YouTube channel. Today I will have a first look onto agenda. I was doing a review about Noteplan 3 and then many of you reached out to me that I should look at agenda as well. I had a look at it already and it has some great approaches here. If it can compete with Noteplan 3, if it is for you and fits into your ICO framework, we will figure out now. So let's dive into this. Here I'm already in Agenda on my Mac and I actually purchased the premium version. This is the beauty of having you guys out there, my inner circle members. You not only learn your productivity system, no, you also are supporting this YouTube channel. So I can do much more reviews and in-depth reviews for you guys. So you will find the right tools to use in your productivity system, understand what tools work best for you, and I use this money that I get from you to stay up to date on the latest tools and not only looking at the free things. So usually when you come into Agenda the first time, you will be presented with some tour and so on. I skip this. I will just dive into this. So on the side panel, we have here our agenda. We have a to-do section, we can search something, and we have a bin, and we have the project section. Here on top or down there, we can now create a new project. So we just simply keep it simple and say project 1. And in these projects, we have different lists that we can create. So I can say task list 1, for example. And in this task list, I can add several things. It is considered a node. So I have a project with different things that need to be done. And then I can add all the information that I need to in order to get this done inside this node. I can now write some text. I can click here and then I make a checkbox out of this. All right, so I can now check this off. If you ever wonder, you can go up here and then we can go in here and then we go to how to section, and they have a great forum. Actually, it's the same software that we are also using in the inner circle. I really like this. It's called Discourse, and this is the framework that we are using for our forum as well. And now we can go in how to, and down there we should find something like Markdown cheat sheet, and let's see, checklists. So here we see that we can use Markdown in order to make this checkboxes. So I could have written as well like this, and then some text, and you see it becomes a checkbox, or an already checked checkbox would have been something like that. And then I simply can uncheck this again. So this works great. We have other things. We just go up here and then we see in the insert part, we can add tags, we can add a person, we can add a reminder, we can add a star. Or when we go to this dot, we have a lot more formatting stuff as well. So when we go here, I have the current time that I can add and the current date. And here we can just add a link and so on. So I really like this. What we also can do, we can just simply drag and drop files. So for example, the PDF file here. And if you wonder what this is, that's the free iCore framework guide that you can download for free if you go to the website. It also is included with a free Ignite Your Productivity in 5 Days email course. So when you sign up there, you will get this guide and a lot of introductions to kickstart your productivity actually. And this is this, and you could just drag and drop it into Agenda. So this works. When you click on here, we can say, should it be full width? Or should it, look a bit more just in line as a thumbnail and title. And this reminds me already of Craft. If you know the Crafts app, I made a review about this already. That's a very visually pleasing and makes it easy for me to structure. And whenever I want to look at this, I can quick look at here, and then I can go through this and read through this. That's just perfectly working. And it's called Agenda because you know what to do, but also that we can time it. So we click here on the date and then we give it a date when we want to do this. You have to have the premium version, and it was 38 euros. I think it's $40 in order to unlock the premium features. But this is for the whole year, for 12 months. And then you have this unlocked, and then you can just have something like connecting my actual calendar with agenda. The only downside here is it connects with your calendar, yes. However, the issue is it doesn't synchronize two-way. All right, I can see the events and I have it here. It would be great if I would be able to actually add it as well to my calendar. So for this thing, I need to, you know, stay here. It's not blocking my time. So I have it on today. When I go to today, now you see this is coming up. I can go to the project, but I can also click here and collapse. So if we have a lot more to do today, we can, you know, have it a bit more better to see. And here on the side, might be hidden for you. You can bring in your calendar actually. So let's just jump to a date here. And now you see the calendar on the side. You can scroll through this calendar and you see all this. And then I actually, I just realized that I can actually click here and I can connect it to a node. So I just made, you know, I clicked here and I added now this information from this event to my project one, and it created a new list. So now when I'm in tomorrow, it would come up here and I have all the information that is needed. I would love now to see something like, oh, there we go. When I click here, you see the connected event. I really like that, but I would like it even more if this event would now show up in the calendar as well. Or I mean the agenda. So when I go to Monday and I open up this, there's no link back to my agenda, so it doesn't open up the list or something like that. This is really, I think, with in mind that you're working mainly inside agenda. Otherwise, I would miss information. But I think that's great to have, and I like the idea behind this. So when we want to keep this in mind, we just click here and then we can make into footnote, and it should now stay wherever I am. Okay. So if you make it a footnote, it will just stay on the bottom. So it is there all the time. And you know, you can just get rid of the rating. It is just an information that we have there all the time available. So we can move this to bin. And yeah, that's great to have. So I can also bring in a GIF animation, and it would have been great if actually the GIF would work, but it doesn't. Okay, so I have to make a quick look in order to see the animation. So that would have been great, but never mind. So I can mention people. I don't know actually how this works properly yet, as it is a first look. So I can say Tom, and now, you know, it recognizes Tom. But what is missing when I write Tom again, it doesn't show up. So let me make a new list and write Tom again, so I cannot mention again. I mean, of course, I can write Tom again, but nowadays we would expect that there's a pop-up or a drop-down where we can pick the people, you know, that we want to mention. It's the same for tags. So if I say test tag, it makes a tag. I can click on this tag. I can search in all projects for these tags where it's mentioned. But whenever I make a new project, and I add a new node and I want to write this tag, I don't get any recommendations. And I think that's a really big downside. You know, I never know if I ever created this tag, and this is just a must-have. What we have here on the right, we have the recently edited, but we also have, when we go here, the related nodes. That's interesting to see. So for example, I have added here this icon framework. And if I go click here, it will go into the bin and it finds where I actually worked on previously. And I restore this. And now we see that we have it here. And when we are in this, we see the related nodes. And when I click here, it jumps to the related nodes again. And I don't know how it does recognize this. Would it be really interesting to see if it, you know, takes the test tag, or is it actually the icon guide that recognized? I think it's about the tags. Let's see when I go here. Let's create a new tag or a new project and make another test tag. Now it comes up, so it is related to the tags actually. It's a bit confusing, and as I said, I would have liked to have a list of these tags that I created. Maybe I don't know where this is. So I can actually go to search and I can start writing test tag. And then you can, search for tags or anything else. You can create a smart view for test tag. But as I said, the views. Okay, so you can save these searches here on the side, but the tags are not coming up. So this is exactly what happens then. You have a lowercase and capital letter, and this becomes confusing. So I think there's room for improvement. What we also have are categories that we can add. So we have a category here, and I can move it into the different categories, and it changes the colors of the projects. And here on agenda, we have the whole thing that we need to do. I think it's an interesting way to work. Is it for me? I don't think this fits into my iCore framework, the way I set up the productivity system. I think it's too many limits when it comes to collaboration. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but the issue really is the mentioning and seeing the tasks that I have to do, and we only have some checklists. So this is very limited, but it is a lot more complex than I could, for example, create tasks inside Todoist. So if, for example, Todoist, which has a two-way synchronization with my Google Calendar, would allow me to create some more rich form context notes on the tasks, this would be great. I can really imagine, having the Todoist things here, and then we can add a bit more information to our tools and to our tasks in Todoist. But here, I'm not sure if it becomes too complex, but at the same time, too restrictive. Looking at Notion, for example, I would rather go there and say, okay, project 1, 2, 3, 4, and I can add a lot more information. Again, maybe a bad comparison here, because we have here other features that allow us to synchronize with our calendar. That's something really great. This is not possible in Notion. Maybe this will change with the API later on. But yeah, so if you are using Agenda already as your main note-taking task management tool, and you think I missed some points, or you agree and you're looking for something else, let us know in the comments below. Let's start a discussion down below. Or if you're one of my Inner Circle members, feel free to go to our closed community forum and post a question about Agenda there. I'm always happy to answer directly there. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out the next review about another productivity tool. Catch you up next time.